can start to bring ourselves onto our mats, beginning to bring our attention to our breath. We'll begin to stretch our arms up, freeing ourselves, allowing movement in the body, allowing softness in the breath, allowing presence in this moment. Today we'll talk about synchronicity, how things tend to flow beautifully. A friend reaches out after we think about them. An opportunity arises as we need it. We'll take this as an opportunity that arises that we need, if we will. Making this practice a moment that we can take care of ourselves and we can synchronize with our heartbeat, with our breath, with our movement, of the earth stably underneath our feet. We'll begin to squeeze all the air out, connecting our hands below. We'll begin our practice of a big inhale. Send the palms up, gaze upwards, release, soften, let go of the air, connect below. Completing the first cycle, we'll do 3 more. Synchronize breath and movement. And then picture your life completely in the same synchronicity. The ebbs and the flows, the ups and the downs, like breathing with the movement of the universe. Not fighting it, not trying to hold on to our inhale or our exhale, but just fully allowing the flow. We'll complete our first 4. Connecting above, we'll begin to bend our knees, tilt our hips, floating our hands down for our next pose. Connect to the ground, squeeze the air out. Inhale, send them back up. We'll do 3 more just like that. Floating between extremes, synchronistically. There's nowhere else for us to be. We are here now. Completing our 4 cycles, we'll come into this forward fold, staying here for 4 full breaths. We'll try to sync up with the earth instead. Having synced in our own body with our own movement and breath, just feel the earth underneath you. Sync up with that stability, with the security, the knowing that you can take a step out of bed and you won't just suddenly go flying up into the roof. Synchronize completely with that part of you. Releasing. Squeeze out all the air, fall deeper still. Inhale. Send the palms back up. Connect them above. Gather energy down, concentrating it into the heart. In complete synchronicity with this moment, with the body, with the breath, with the world. Look around and see it as yourself. And then taking back control over the part of you that you do have control over. The body. Stepping to the front of the mat. Arms to the side. Squeeze the air out. Inhale. Send them back up high. Connect above. Bend the knees. Tilt the hips. Floating the hands to the earth. We'll step one of our feet back. Stacking our front knee over our front ankle. We'll inhale up into a warrior 1. Release the air. Melt over the front knee. Connect to the earth. Completing our first cycle, we'll do 3 more. Synchronicity. Maybe at this time in our lives, we feel more synchronicity with the one that needs to surrender. Maybe we feel more synchronicity with the one that is the warrior. Noticing. choosing to sync up our energy with the part of ourselves that we need the most right now. Completing 4 full cycles. We'll step the back foot to meet the front, stepping the other foot back and straight. We'll do 4 cycles on this side. Completing 4 full cycles. Connect both hands to the earth. Step the back foot to meet the front in this forward fold. Inhale once, lengthening. Exhale, fold deeper still. Inhale, palms up high. Connect above, gather energy. Bring it down into the heart. Holding this moment. Feel every single heartbeat as you being in synchronicity with consciousness, waking and sleeping, moment to moment, the breath and the in-between. Release, stepping our feet wide. Arms out to the sides into a T. Expand and then begin to release. Tilting and twisting opposing hand to opposing foot. Other hand up to the sky, gaze upwards. Inhale, out of the twist. Exhale, as we twist to the other side. Completing our first cycle. We'll do 3 more. Synchronize, like swimming through the infinite ocean. Breath and movement serve each other. Completing 4 full cycles. We'll begin to reach both arms up high. Lengthen in the spine and then release. Squeeze the air out. Float the hands down to the earth. Became Canadian for a second there. Sending you love, Natalie. Sinking deeply into this moment. Melting the head down, release any tension in the shoulders and the hands. Let the legs do all of the work. Thanking Umagaya for allowing us to be synchronized in this moment. We have this illusion of time that we all share, and because we listen to it, because we synchronize with it, we could show up together in this moment. Squeeze everything out. Beginning to inhale, send the palms back up, connect them above, step the feet underneath the hips as you bring the palms to the heart. Breathe, softening, synchronizing with the stability in this moment. Throughout our whole lives, we've had the earth underneath our feet. Throughout our whole lives, we've had a heartbeat. For our whole lives, we've had air to breathe. Feel yourself completely synchronized with this part of you that is infinitely abundant. And then release. Stepping to the front of the mat once again. Arms to the side, squeeze the air out. Inhale, send them back up high. Connect above, bend the knees, tilt the hips, floating the palms down to the earth. This time, we'll step both feet back, squeezing all the air out as we push ourselves into a downward facing dog. Inhale, slowly and with control. Drop the knees to the floor. Drop the belly low as you gaze up to the sky. Release. Around the spine, push the hips back into that initial downward facing dog. Doing 3 more cows, slow and steady. Moving with the breath. Feeling the synchronicity. Completing 4 full cycles. We'll begin to bring ourselves back on the mat. Knees nice and wide. Our big toes connected behind. Sit back on the heels, sending both palms far out in front of us. Bring the forehead to the ground. Feeling this moment. The deep surrender of the child's pose. A remembrance that we are completely synchronized with that part of ourselves as well. Might be easy to get out of sync, to forget who we were, to forget who we are. But when we come back into a moment of stillness like this, we are instantly synchronized. The part of you that is always here now. Embrace that fully, releasing, squeeze the air out. Begin to imagine the moon above our heads. With an inhale, we'll stand up on our knees, gathering our palms around that moon energy. We'll bring it down and into the earth, touching for a moment in that child's pose before we inhale forward into a plank. Release the weight, connect to the ground, release the air. Inhale, arch the back up, mini cobra. Releasing, push yourself back and up into this downward facing, into this child's pose. Completing our first cycle, we'll do 3 more. Completing these 4 full cycles, we'll find ourselves back in this initial child's pose. Forehead connected deeply. We'll see an infinity symbol. You as the one side of the loop, our earth as the other side. Synchronize. See the energy flow through you, back into the earth, through the earth, back into you, through you, back into the earth, and then from the earth back into you. Disconnect, release this moment, Bring yourself to your back. One more pose. Release the air, melt into the ground. Feel her support. Synchronize again with safety and stability. Before we inhale, the knees up. Fingertips above the knees, feet off the ground. We'll set up with a big inhale. Feet up to the sky, arms above the head. Drive the hips down as you point the toes to the face. Release, melting down, back to neutral. Inhale, palms up, feet close to the hips this time. Sending the hips up high. Bridge pose. Release, melt down. Setting up to do 3 more. Synchronize. Breath and movement. Completing our 4 full cycles. With a big inhale, we'll begin to send both arms, both legs up to the sky. See them in your field of vision for a moment, and then release them to the earth, slowly fighting gravity as you release the air. And as soon as you touch the ground, let everything out. Melt. becoming synchronized with this deep state of calm as well. We'll bring ourselves back to action, to breath, to movement, wiggling our fingers and our toes, rotating our wrists and our ankles. Stack the feet nice and close to the hips, knees high, arms out to the sides into a T, driving the shoulders firmly into the ground. We'll drop the knees slowly to one side and then to the other. Twist and release the spine. Synchronize with softness and freedom. Completing a few twists. Bring the knees close to the chest. Squeeze the air out, creating our own restriction. Synchronizing with being small, being limited for a moment, recognizing it but not accepting it will break up. Synchronize with receptiveness, willingness to receive expansive energy. Having synchronized with this as well, we'll release this to being free. Thank you, dear friend, showing up with me. Rub your hands together, create some heat, warmth, and if there's any part of the body calling for some healing, for some restorative energy, place your hands on that body part, knowing you have this ability to heal yourself, believing that this will be no exception. And release, bringing yourself to your side into a fetal position. Seated is also okay if that serves you. We'll just take a moment to integrate, to reflect, to notice what it's like to be synchronized with ourselves. Synchronizing with our environment, looking around, with our lives that will lead following this moment. Acknowledging that when we show up like this for ourselves, it's so much easier to synchronize with that and show up for everyone else. Thank you, dear friends, for showing up with me, for practicing. I'll see you again soon. I love you.